Yo, what's up guys? Roll here, with another gameplay for you guys. This time I played against VSK9, which you could see on the thumbnail. Of course I'm still playing branded. And yeah, let's get into it. So my starting hand, I won RPS by the way, so I'm going first. My hand is Baloo, Kit, Cortesia, Bestial, Lubalion, Oliver. So, a classic multiple normal summon hand, which dies to one imperm. But luckily, I'm playing against VSK9. My opponent starts the turn with Shifter in the draw phase, which is okay. I think out my hand, and I just have to normal Luber here. It's basically the only play on the Shifter. Add the Brand Fusion, activate Fusion. My opponent goes Fulos. I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't want to make Rimbrum here because I feel Rimbrum doesn't do shit. Because just from the Shifter, I already know it's either Malice or VSK9. So I don't want to make just Rimbrum here. I'd rather just go to Violence Borrowed. So I discard the Malulu here, so I have two Dark Dragons to fuse off because the only play is Borrowed Furious Dragon basically. And then chaining 2 Mercury at Shrouded just as a follow-up play. Now he's put back. Summon the Borrowed Furious Dragon. Say to my opponent, you have to draw one. Then I special the Kit. I go Kit effect. Here I am. Here I want to actually add the Retribution if I could, because I just fear getting OTK'd. And with the hand I have currently, even without Brand Fusion resolving, I think I'm in a pretty good spot to be honest. So as long as the Rebellion goes through your extra deck, I think it's solid. So that would have been 2 interruptions on the one Shifter. But yeah, he ashes the Kit, so that's fine. He goes standby main. He starts his turn with the Case of K9. I'm not popping this because Izuna ain't doing shit here. And yeah, Joko is pretty scary, but I don't know, better have another level 5 or something, So he adds the Joko, it's scary, but it's fine. He goes SS Joko, reveal Izuna. Then on summon, I'm not gonna let him get another search, so I'm just gonna go borrow pop, because I don't wanna make him let him make Ripper. Then he goes normal Razun in that zone, which I'm honestly pretty surprised by, but maybe he just expected me to pop it no matter what. Then he reveals another Ash Mad Love to destroy the Furious. He goes Holy Sue effect, reveal Mad Love. He goes Mad Love, reveal Ash Mad Love, summon another Mad Love. At start. Overlays into Ripper. Switches Force Release, so he can push for OTK this turn. Darts Bad Love at Caesar. Now he reveals to bounce the Kid. He makes the Werewolf, popping the Valiant, goes Battle Phase. And this card can attack multiple times, so it's always games happening. So yeah, we go into game 2. I got pretty hard sacked game 1, but it's just gonna happen, that's the game. The best you can do is just focus on the next game and just win it. So my starting hand's not that good. I open Rainbow Dragon, Lost, which is broken, but I have only one way to fuse. And I ad-lib and then the Tragedy and Deployment. So another hand where my opponent basically could imperm me once and would be fucked up, but luckily I'm playing against VSK9 and I know their only non-engine they're playing. It's probably the Rescue Ace Impulse stuff and the Fua, the Shifter, and then the K9 package. So I'm not that scared to get hand trapped. I go Deployment, he goes Fulos, I'm fine. I reveal the Granganule, summon Cortesia. Then I go Branded Lost, then I go Cortesia effect. I decide to play into the Fua because I feel these 2 searches of Lost and Tragedy matter a lot, and I'm gonna get a lot of value from this, so I'd rather play into it. And also the Granules and Albion is broken. So I go Chainlink 1 Granguignol, Chainlink 2 Lost, Chainlink 3 Tragedy. I'll add the Aluber. And I think, and I add the Shrouded Dragon, so I still have a nice High Spirits play. And then the Granguignol is gonna send the Albion. So in case he wants to Ash Blossom my High Spirit, at worst I still have Shrouded and Albaz. And that's like still a good way to get Albaz engraved. Now he flew us again, which is fair. So I don't want to give him multiple draws, so I'm just gonna go normal summon Luger. Add to hand the High Spirits. Then I activate the Shrouded Dragon. And for cost, I'm gonna send the Albaz because I want to like prioritize the Albion setting red and having access to an Albaz so I can make Mirror Jade against Vanquish Soul, because that card's just crazy in this matchup. And now I chain the High Spirits. And I discard the Shrouded Dragon. Add the kit. And I special the kit. And then like I use kit effects. Adding back Retribution and putting back the Rainbow Dragon, so in case in follow-up turns I draw into the goods, I still have that life to either get like the Desvia Feeder with the Rainbow Dragon. And yeah, I just want to add the Retribution because I have 2 names engraved and it's really good against Vanquish Soul as well. So I say End of Main, set Brandon red, Cartesia. Then I go Tiny Clad. I don't summon the Quem because that would be like stupid giving him 2 draws, right? So I just add the Albaz here. And then I pass turn. So what do we have? We have Retribution, we have a Branded Rider, and we still have a way to like make Mirror Jade while still keeping an Albaz in grid, which is pretty valuable. He goes Reinforcement. Say sure. Okay, here I think about it. So I could go like Brandon in red now, make the Lubellion, then Jade, and then Lost at the Mercurier. So I can Mercurier the Razin when he activates the effect on summon. But I feel that it's losing, that is really hard losing to K9 stuff, which I didn't like. So I decided to not do it here. So he could like still resolve the Razin and would be fine with it, and then after he searches that play. So he goes Razin, he adds the Holy Suit. Then I ask him Raz, and he activates in prio the Razin. I think he wants to do this, so in case when I summon with the Granguignol later, it has to trigger from graveyard, and then his K9 cards are fine, are live again. So that's a pretty good play on his part. And he revealed to me the... Did you reveal again? The Mad Love and the... and another reason. So we know like 2 cards. And we also know the Holy Suit in his hand. So on Raz, I don't want to get him, like, give him access to Rock. Because I think if I give him access to Rock, I'm losing. Because that would be way too much push. So I add the Shrouded Dragon here. And I go Albaz with the kit. Because I want to add Shrouded Dragon here so I can keep it for follow-up. Which I really liked. Because, like, I could always send Retribution and do follow-up plays. And then Tragedy can set something later. Or I can go Shrouded, send Fusion, Tragedy set. Which is also clean. So I go for this. Discard the Shrouded again. Then Lost search. I search the Mercurier just in case. I don't think I'm gonna use it at all. Because, you know, I don't want to play into K9. Then on the Fusion summon, I'll use Mirror Jade to banish the Razin. And now I know, like, the multiple look, there's not a lot of pushes in this deck. So, like, I haven't used anything in the grave yet. Or in my hand, which is good. Because that plays around to K9 stuff like Izuna and stuff. And I know he has a Holy Suit in hand, but I can Retribution that anytime. And if he pushes with Joko, I'm fine with that. Because if his pushes with Joko, I can still run it and get it away. Which is really good for me. And then also, then I play into K9, but then I'm fine with it basically. So he goes Holy Suit, reveal Mad Love that we already knew. And yeah, I don't really have to think about this. I'm just gonna Retribution it because it's just the best play here. He gets the grave, and my opponent scoops. Yeah. You know, we knew multiple cards. We knew the Izuna, we knew the Bad Love, we knew another Razin, and the Holy Su. He just had like one unknown, but that one unknown was probably never enough, right? So we go into the next game. This time I'm going second. My opponent's open's pretty unfortunate because he had to start with start, and then normal summon Mad Love, which is not the best. So yeah, it's the Snow Devil. It goes start into Razin, standard. Holy Su summon itself. And he reveals 2. The summon from deck. Summons in Razin. At Zhao Long. And then he reveals with the Razin to summon the Zhao Long. Now it triggers. Now he summons the Ripper. Search the case of K9. Search Dracotail. You know, standard stuff. Izuna. Sent Lucas, Dracotail effect. Another Izuna. Now he summons from grave. Yeah, it's the force release. No boring stuff. Low-key, I don't know. I cannot wait for this deck to one day get banned, to be honest. I'm really bored of it already. So we knew the Snow Devil, we knew the Force Release, we knew the Holy Su and Raisin. Actually, we knew everything up till now, so like, you know, I also don't have hands direction, so I'm not doing stuff. Now I draw for turn Quam, which is pretty solid, but I never want to start Quam, right? Because the moment, like the girls, what's about with the girls, like the Quam, the Cartesia, when you go second, those are the cards you want to finish last with. So you maximize their value, because those are the only cards in your deck basically with the Bestial Lubalion that don't really like removal cards, and they just lose the removal. And so yeah, that's gonna be the last switches. So when I see this hand, I kind of want to just start with the Shuttle Fusion, so I can like get the cards out. And like, of course, first Patrick, so I have better draws with the Beast later. So I add these 2. Luckily, like, you know, then I activate Shuttle Fusion, send Beast and Malulu, make the window. I go chaining 1 Malulu, chaining 2 Beast to play around, of course, the Ripper. My opponent thinks here, and then he's gonna Nash Knight it, which is fair because, you know, after he summons with the Force Release, like, you know, like his interrupters are basically dead because he cannot summon this Raisin anymore, he cannot summon this Izuna anymore, so he has to eat it up. I'm like totally fine with. So I draw into the Rahu, which was crazy. Like honestly, that was like broken. I set the Katu, and I negate the Rock of the Vanquisher. My opponent asks anything on res, I say I have no quickies, so no quick effects. He activates the Snow Devil, revealing the Holy Su and Razin we knew in hand. We knew he didn't have 3 attributes, so it's nice. That's also another reason why I negate the Rock, because if I negate the Rock, I can like basically stop Razin from like searching like a Dark or something, which would like make sure he doesn't get to the triple, like to the right hand effect basically. So I take 1000 damage. He adds the Burger, he tries to like draw into something, which is fair, like an Ash Blossom, reveals Mad Love, and he draws into another Mad Love, then he goes Force Release to pop the Ketu. Yeah, also he couldn't like, he could not have went Valius, because if he goes Cedar Valius, he doesn't have enough attributes, he's missing like one of the attributes, so he cannot like pop it. So this is like a fair play. This is quick play. I look at my hand and I don't really want to play in this werewolf, so what I'm gonna do now is an interesting like way to play around it. I'm just gonna set the cards that are like important for me, that I want to resolve this turn for sure. So I just don't play into it basically. And I know he doesn't have Caesar Valius because that would have been like a random draw, but then again, he couldn't pop anyways, right? Because he's missing an attribute. So, you know, I know he's not gonna pop this back row, so I'm chilling. I go Shrouded, send Retribution, draw a card. I should have probably started with Quam, to be honest, but then again I was like, you know, if he has to choose between Quam and Lubayon, I like both of them in my hand, to be honest. So I go Quam, send Brand Fusion, then I go Rahu. Then my opponent goes Werewolf, which is fair, because if I had a Dracotail card in my hand still, we can snipe it. He sees my hand, he snipes a Bestial Lubayon, I'm like, sure. Then I send the ban and the iGem chain. The reason I send ban here is because I kind of want to get rid of this Ripper before it gets annoying. And like, I can easily out it with like the ban, so that's like a really nice play. So when chaining 1, iGem chain, chaining 2, ban, chaining 3, Furion to play around the Ripper, of course. And I need another monster in hand, so like my poly can get into a Guardian Chimera. I set the cat 2, pop his stuff, add a patcher for discard for later, then I go good, send Black Coat because I just want to prioritize here that I get better draws with the Guardian Chimera draw 2. Because like, he only has one unknown, and like if it was Ash anyways, like, doesn't matter, right? So I go Guardian Chimera, draw 2, I draw into Trust and Kit, which is super broken. Then I choose to pop the Field Spell, so I can like pop these later with Star Source. Retribution, add back Brand Fusion. I go Trust for Fusion deployment. Because I don't play Talents, because I don't really believe in Talents as in Branded. Because Talents in Branded, like in my opinion, is like kinda ass. Like most of the time you're either looking at hand or drawing 2. And like, I think other cards are just better because this deck doesn't really lose to Ash anymore at all. So yeah, I activate Brand Fusion. I just added the Fusion deployment in case, so like, let's say he did like top deck an Ash Blossom. Then I just have Fusion deployment, summon Albaz, make Albion, and I just go crazy, or I just summon the Cartesia, which is also clean. Like, there's too much pressure, you know. Yeah, here my opponent just scoops. Because like the game is over here, like his Izuna doesn't do stuff because yeah, there's just no space to exceed, and even if he makes Valon, what's Valon gonna do against Branded, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna like playing here still, you know. There's just so many things I could do. Like at this point it's just free, right? Like there's so many options. So yeah. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, you could like smash a like button and comment on what you want to see next. And yeah, there's more gameplay to come, you know, especially also post Doom, because I'm going to YCS Lille. And I honestly want to play this deck even if there's no bandits, because I feel this deck is just honestly really crazy, especially into Yummy and to the Vanquish Soul and Dracotail itself. So like, I think I will have an edge with this deck. So yeah, so like another combo guide will soon come, but this has been all. I hope you guys liked the video, and see you guys later. Until next time.